January 2026. Alright, here we are in the current 2026 Rec Room, and a lot, I would say a lot because I filmed the other parts before this, but like, wow, so much changed from 2021, which is coming up next, to today. So if we open up our MakerPen menu, this is all like 2D and stuff, which apparently people do not like, but at this point I've just gotten used to it because this is unfortunately what I had to deal with when I first joined all the way back in 2022. So we have snapping, world space, and we have the ability to have circuits shown on or off, FPS, ink, CPU usage, network, chip, basically all the normal stuff. And we also have an edit tab where we can select on something random and be able to edit it, but it won't let me do that, I guess, so we're just not gonna bother that. We have a this room tab which opens up your watch. We have a logging for the circuits, I think. And then these are the tools where it looks pretty similar. There's some updated icons and the colors. Some of them have changed, some of them are a little more monotone than before. But let's make our bush. Alright, here we are with our bush in 2026. Probably looks a lot worse than the other ones, such as the 2019 one or the 2021 one. But compared to what's coming up in 2016, this is definitely pretty good. I'm going to give this one a pass. Someone probably would be able to tell if it was a bush if they had some basic common sense, I guess. So let's move on to our next version, 2019. Alright, we are now in the 2021 Rec Room, where the new UI was introduced to the watch, but not the MakerPen yet. So let's get out our MakerPen. Alright, so right off the bat, you can already see that so much has changed in so little time. So, we have the old UI now with the old 3D buttons and the old palette that still has most of what we have today, just in this 3D format and a lot more simpler. Now this is also the introduction to Circuits V2, which is the new circuit that Rec Room now uses today, so that's pretty cool for the creators to use it. And along with that, a lot has changed from the 2019 build too. You can see some subtle changes such as the now snapping, which you can either have it off, have it snap to the nearby surface that you point your MakerPen at, or snap it to grid. So that way it's not like in a weird orientation or something like that. Anyways, to test it out, we will be trying to make a bush. So let's do it right now. Alright, quite simple as you can see, but you can definitely tell that this is a bush if you really think about it. So with 2021 done, let's move even further back to 2019. Alright, we are now in 2019. This is the last version to have the cupboards for all the clothing items, as you can see right there. This is also probably most likely my favorite version of Rec Room ever, especially because of the whole transparent UIs on the watch. But we're not focusing on the watch, we're focusing on the MakerPen, so let's get out the MakerPen. Alright, here's the MakerPen, and you can see some changes, but not too many. First, the palette is now in a rectangle, and there's no grid options, it's only to align and snap. So, other than that, everything is pretty much the same, so we don't really need to do much. It's essentially just the exact same, but there are some few key changes with the palette, because as you can see here, there aren't any materials. Yeah, there aren't any materials, only colors. So making this bush, it's gonna look a little weird, but that's alright. Alright, obviously you can tell I got a little bit more lazy with this one, but honestly, I'd say this is good enough for a pass. I'm gonna give it the pass. I don't know about you, but that looks somewhat like a bush. So, with that done, let's now move on to the final version, 2016. Alright, we are now here in 2016. This is the earliest version of Rec Room that I could find that had the Maker Pen, and there isn't any locomotion yet, so you have to actually teleport around. Here is the Maker Pen. Immediately, you can tell things look a lot more different than your current one. Like, for example, there isn't any Rec Room logo, nor a menu either. So, I will try my best to draw a bush, but I don't expect myself doing the best because there is no palette. But yeah, there's no menu, no palette, none of that. It's only just pure drawing, which kind of makes for some weird stuff to happen probably. I don't know, like cool things. So let's try and make this bush. Alright. Obviously, as you can tell, this does not look like a bush. This is probably going to be the first and only version that I'm going to give a fail to. I mean, obviously they needed to make some improvements, and they did make many improvements, as you saw in the versions that came before this one. So, with that, I will see you later. I'm going to hang this bush on the wall, and I will see you